video is something that I'm actually really excited about. I don't think I've ever done something like this on this channel before, so it's kind of like out of my comfort zone, but I posted a couple pictures on Instagram of my recent breakfasts, and everybody was like, oh my god, share it with us. Mostly it was my friend Alyssa, because she like really loves food, so she's like, Alina, like how did you make those? And I was like, okay, I'll make the video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram to like find out like cool little things. And also I just recently held a giveaway for the Naked Basics palette, so I picked the winner and I'm going to be sending this out to her this week. But make sure you follow me there so you don't miss out on stuff like that. If you're not subscribed to this channel, come on, get with the game, like come on, like what? You can click the subscribe button down below. I've been daily vlogging on my other channel for Vlogtober, which is any other YouTuber doing Vlogtober? I feel like I'm like the only one. So don't forget to follow me on Snapchat. It is I am just Alina. I snap so much of my life, even my not so proud moments. Really hope that you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to give it a giant like. It'll let me know that you guys enjoy like food videos and I'll do more of them. I had such a fun time making these and they are so delicious, so I really do hope that you try them. If you do, make sure you tweet me. It's I'm just Alina. Yeah, let's get started. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so there's so much stuff that you're gonna need, but most of it kind of overlaps. So I'm gonna go through each kind of recipe and let you know exactly what it is that you need, and I'll have the recipes linked down below so that you can find them. So the first thing is pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts, which everybody obsessed over. So you need 2 cups and 2 tablespoons of flour, then 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of granulated sugar, and then mix that up and add 1 cup of unsalted butter, diced into 1/2 inch cubes. I forgot to dice, so as you can see I'm struggling right here, and then I took a knife and was just like, you know, chopping them up. So be smarter than me and read the instructions prior to dumping everything in. And then I added 4 to 5 tablespoons of ice water. You also needed a food processor, but I didn't have one, so I used, you know, manual labor, which is me. And then you kind of smush it up and then make the dough into a ball, separate it into 2 like 5-inch discs, cover each with plastic wrap, and chill for an hour. Now you're gonna take 1/4 cup of cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, and 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar, and just mix them all together. Then you're gonna add pumpkin puree, which they actually recommend that you kind of soak it, the excess water, with paper towels, which I did for a long time. Then I added 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1/8 teaspoon of allspice, a pinch of salt, and then 1 large egg yolk. And then I actually ended up adding 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract as well. Again, putting that into the fridge to chill. And then I got the dough out, and I actually ended up leaving the dough in overnight and making this the next morning, so it's totally up to you. I would probably make it first, and then all you have to do is just make it into kind of a square so that you can separate it into like Pop-Tart shapes, which is basically rectangles. Then I took that pumpkin puree, put that in the center of each, spread it around, and make sure you have maybe like a 1/2 inch on the outside, so that when you put the second half of the Pop-Tart, the top part, you can really smush that in with your fingers to kind of seal it, and then use a fork to make holes in the top so that it doesn't crack or pop once you're putting it in the oven. Now, once you do that, like, honestly, you can just pop them in the freezer for as long as you want. It says that you want to keep them in there maximum 1 week, but it's kind of the same idea. Like, whenever you want breakfast, just pull it out and throw it in the oven. I haven't tried these in the toaster, so they might be good. And then you're going to take the oven, preheat it to 375 degrees, and then it's about 25-30 minutes, so it might be faster when you put it in the toaster. But then for the icing, you just do 1 cup of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of 1/2 and 1/2, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then you just kind of ice your Pop-Tarts. It's super fun, because I actually ended up getting some cool decorative icing from Target, and it's really cool because it just like, it's glittery. I don't know how safe glitter is to eat, but it was delicious, and I just decorated it. Obviously I had some mishaps because, I mean, nobody's perfect. You gotta work it again and again. Okay, I'm gonna stop. And then I added sprinkles that were like ghosts, and all I could think about was Snapchat. And now it's time for cookies, and these are just pumpkin breakfast cookies. They were delicious. So I ended up using 2 cups of quick oats, and then I added 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree, 2/3 cups of dried cranberries, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2/3 cups of pumpkin seeds, and then a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And I ended up kind of warming up some cinnamon with coconut oil and honey, and then I ended up adding that into the mixture and 2 eggs that I ended up beating. What happens is I totally forgot about the flax seeds. I had a huge thing of flax seeds and I forgot to add that in. So I ended up mixing all of this and putting it on a cookie sheet in little pieces, and I thought they were like turned out beautiful, and then I was like, oh my gosh, the flax seeds. So that's what I'm sprinkling on now. And then I ended up throwing that into the oven. It was at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then after they were done, they were nice and like soft, and the honey just really was a beautiful touch. And now probably my favorite, which is the pumpkin oatmeal smoothies. So to make these, you're gonna need some ingredients and also a big blender. I made the mistake of using a tiny blender in the start. I ended up starting with half a cup of pumpkin puree, adding 1 to 2 teaspoons of honey. Honestly, that was not enough. 6 ounces of Greek yogurt, a banana, 1 cup of milk, and then also I added 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice and half a cup of old-fashioned oats. And I put that all in the blender, and I added a couple of ice cubes. To be honest, just freeze your bananas. That will make life so much easier, and that way you don't have to add just water. And it's really, really easy. You just blend it really quick and it's delicious. Now I just take heavy cream and add about a tablespoon of granulated sugar, and then I just keep whisking it until you get this texture, and bam, you have homemade whipped cream. But that's like a home recipe, and then I added cinnamon on top and some orange straws to be festive. Delish. And now it's time for the fall spiced apple cran raisin oatmeal, and it is so good. I actually ended up like changing the recipe a little bit, so let me tell you what I did. I ended up using half a cup of rolled oats, 1 half cup of milk. I used original because I'm lame. And then I also added a half a cup of water, 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 pinch of nutmeg, 1 pinch of ginger, and 1 pinch of salt, and 1 teaspoon of brown sugar, which I actually added to those apples, as you can see. And I used a Macintosh apple. I think that's what it's called. I went apple picking. I have a vlog on that if you want to watch it. I'll link it down below. And then I put the oatmeal mix in the microwave for 3 minutes, and halfway through I actually ended up mixing it and then adding the apple, raisins, everything in there, and then putting it back in there. And then after that was finished, I actually added some more apples because I'm a big fan of apples. So make it your own, do whatever. And I also added cinnamon because I felt like there was no cinnamon, and I love cinnamon. So I really, really loved it. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know if you try these, and don't forget to subscribe.